once upon a time, high above the world, nestled among fluffy white clouds, lived a tiny raindrop named Drip. Unlike his brothers and sisters who were content to drift aimlessly in the vast expanse of the sky, Drip had a dream, a big dream. He wanted to see the ocean. Every day as he floated through the air, Drip would gaze longingly at the horizon where the sky met the land. He'd watch the wind whip up his fellow raindrops into a frenzy, sending them plummeting towards the earth. And though they'd return as vapor soon enough, they came back changed somehow, their carefree laughter replaced with tales of faraway places they'd seen and adventures they'd had. One day, the wind grew particularly strong. It swirled around Drip, tugging him closer and closer to the edge of the cloud. "This is it," he thought, his heart pounding with excitement. He let the wind carry him, bracing himself for the adventure that lay ahead. With a gentle plop, Drip landed on a leaf that was as green as emeralds. He clung to the leaf for dear life as the wind. Now a playful breeze began to nudge him forward. "I'm on my way," he whispered to the leaf, and the leaf rustled in agreement. As the sun climbed higher in the sky, Drip felt himself inching closer and closer to the ground. The world below him became clearer, the trees taking on shapes and the rivers and lakes shimmering like jewels. Suddenly, the breeze shifted, becoming stronger again, and with a whoosh, it swept him off the leaf and into the air. Drip tumbled end over end, the world a dizzying blur until, splash, he landed in a shallow stream. Startled, he looked around. The stream was bordered by smooth stones and was home to dragonflies that skimmed the surface, their wings leaving trails of sparkling water droplets. But Drip didn't have time to admire the scenery. He wanted to keep going, to reach the ocean. He wriggled, wiggled, and jiggled his way down the stream, past pebbles and smooth stones, until he reached a bend and saw a frog sitting on a lily pad. The frog blinked its golden eyes at Drip. "Well, hello there, little raindrop," it croaked, its voice like the strumming of a banjo. "Where are you off to in such a hurry?" "I'm on my way to the ocean," Drip replied, his voice echoing with excitement. "I want to see the waves, to feel the salt spray on my face, and to dream with the fishes." The frog smiled, its skin wrinkling like a crumpled sheet. "A noble quest indeed. But this is as far as I can help you, little one. From here, you must find your own way." And with a flick of its long sticky tongue, the frog bid farewell to Drip. Taking a deep breath, Drip continued his journey. He flowed past tall grasses that swayed in the breeze, their whispers carrying secrets of the meadows. Soon the stream widened, the water growing deeper and the current faster. Before long, Drip was no longer in a stream. He was part of a river that rushed and tumbled over stones, its waters teeming with minnows that darted in and out of the current. Among them was a little fish with scales that shimmered like amethysts. She swam up to Drip. "Greetings," she said, her voice like tinkling bells. "Where are you journeying to?" "So far from the sea, I'm on my way to the ocean," Drip replied, his heart swelling with pride. I want to see the waves, to feel the salt spray on my face, and to dream with the fishes. The little fish gasped, her eyes wide with wonder. Oh, what a grand adventure! But the journey is long and perilous. Little Raindrop, are you sure you're up for it? Drip hesitated. For the first time, he considered the challenges that lay ahead. The journey had been more exciting up until now. But as the river snaked through the land, he realized that reaching the ocean might be harder than he'd imagined. Yet, as quickly as the thought crossed his mind, he shook it off. He had come too far to turn back now. Taking a deep breath, he nodded at the little fish. "I'm not afraid," he said, his voice echoing with determination. "I want to see the ocean." With a flick of her tail, the little fish led Drip deeper into the river. They passed water lilies that bobbed on the surface like emerald jewels and dragonflies that left shimmering trails in their wake. But as the day wore on, the river's beauty faded into a blur. All Drip could think about was how much farther he had to go. Suddenly, a mallard duck with feathers the color of burnt umber paddled up beside them. "Well, hello there, little Raindrop," she greeted Drip warmly. "Heard you were on your way to the ocean." Startled, Drip asked, "How did you know?" The duck chuckled, a sound like rustling leaves. "Word travels fast on the water, little one, and since you seem to be in need of a guide, I'll lead you to a place where you can rest your weary drops." And with that, she turned and paddled toward a secluded cove where weeping willows dipped their branches into the water, creating a curtain of greenery. As Drip rested under the willows, the duck shared stories of the river of daring minnows, playful otters, and mischievous beavers. But all Drip could think about was how far away the ocean seemed. When the moon replaced the sun, the duck said, "It's time for you to go, little Raindrop. Follow the North Star. It will lead you to the river's end." With a grateful nod, Drip started his journey once more. The river widened, the current grew stronger, and the banks became a distant memory. At last, the river opened up into a vast, shimmering expanse, the moonlight painting silver ribbons on its surface. Before him lay the ocean, grander and more beautiful than Drip had ever imagined. With a final surge, he reached the waves, collapsing into the salty embrace of the sea. As he sparkled and glimmered in the moonlight, he watched the moonbeams dance on the waves. Each ripple a silent drumbeat in the orchestra of the night. And as the stars twinkled above, Drip the Raindrop dreamed with the fishes. And so, little dreamer, may you float peacefully tonight, like a raindrop carried by gentle waters, knowing that even the smallest drop can reach the grandest of dreams, if only they set their heart and droplet to it. The end.